It's a day of recognition and heartfelt thanks. Happy Veterans Day to all of those who have served, to all of those who are still serving, and to those men and women waiting to fill another soldier's shoes.
And in that honor, we talk to 4 local veterans who share their story of courage.
More than 100 children are waiting for a home right now here on Delmarva. How you can get involved in this rewarding cause.
Plus, we are fulfilling another viewer request today. We put the foot scrubber to the test.
Big money, big money. Coming up on Delmarva Life, Vanna speaks about 30 years of solving puzzles and 30 years of fashion. Delmarva Life starts right now.
That was pretty cool. I don't know how you did that, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
like
jumped
that.
out to LA to spin that wheel. You know, that thing is hard to spin.
Is it really?
We'll talk about that in a little bit. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Bryan.
I'm Jimmy Hobble. Welcome to Delmarva Live from historic Studio D.
And as always, we'd like to welcome our studio audience today. Thanks for joining us. And happy Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Do we have any veterans in the audience today?
Anybody here a veteran?
Any veterans in the audience today? All right.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
I'm sure we have plenty watching.
Got a lot of people appreciative to veterans today.
Well, messages to our veterans from our viewers. We went to Facebook to solicit them, and we've got quite a few. Hope Messick Larson, we have so much to be thankful for living in this country, and among our greatest blessings are those who preserve our freedoms. So thank you, all veterans, past and present, who bestow such great sacrifices for their fellow man. May God continue to richly bless you as He blessed us with you.
Doris wrote, thank you to all veterans, especially to our son, Colonel Lee Merritt, serving in Afghanistan. God bless all of you.
And Giovanna Brown says, thank you so much for all you do. God bless you. And like I said, we had many messages on our Facebook, and you can still put them on our Facebook, just thanking the veterans, sending out a message to them.
Always good.
It's appreciated.
Always good.
Well, on the calendar, Veterans Day is November 11th,
Right.
right? But today is November 12th, obviously. We recognize today the sacrifices men and women have made for our country and for our freedom.
Delmarva Life's Brian Spiros is in Salisbury this afternoon, and Brian, the Wicomico War Memorial Committee is holding a special ceremony outside the Youth and Civic Center where you are.
Well, Jimmy and Lisa, this ceremony at the Wicomico War Memorial that's going on behind me, or set to take place in just a little bit, is one of many here on Delmarva today, and of course one of many going on across the country. Now, today is a day to honor all men and women who have served our country, and because it's a federal holiday, some people may look at today as a day off from school or work, but it's obviously much more than that. First, Veterans Day is largely intended to thank living veterans and those who've died. Some confused today with Memorial Day, which recognizes those who've given their life for our country. Now, November 11th was originally proclaimed Armistice Day by President Woodrow Wilson back in 1919. Armistice Day marked the anniversary of the signing of the armistice, which ended World War I. Then in 1945, a World War II veteran wanted to expand Armistice Day to acknowledge all war veterans. Fast forward to 1954, Congress officially changed Armistice Day to Veterans Day. It falls on November 11th. However, if it falls on a Sunday, then it's observed on Monday, as is the case this year. So a lot of history to be had. Now, coming up a little later in the show, I had the privilege of talking to 4 local veterans here on Delmarva. Each one of them has a different story. We're going to share those stories with you in just a little bit. Jimmy and Lisa, will send it back to you.
All right, looking forward to hearing that.
Yes.
Yes.
With my dad, he was in the Air Force, but he never really talked about it.
Really?
Which I feel like I missed so much because I wanted to. I heard, I think, one story that I really remember, and that was it.
Yeah,
So I love hearing from these veterans.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Wow. Well, another thing that's going on, it is American Education Week this week. It's a week they set aside so that parents can and grandparents can go and see what the kids are doing in school. You can actually go in and sit in the classroom. There's also some special programs going on many of the schools around the nation, really. And I just want to encourage parents, get out there, go sit in the classroom, see what's going on, see what your kids are doing, see what your teachers are doing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. I encourage all employees to let their employers to let their employees have that time to go and participate in American Education Week because it is so important.
It's a great idea.
You can give up an hour or two.
Yeah, and the kids are going to say, oh, Mom, oh, Dad, but secretly they love it.
They do.
That you're
they
there.
do.
That's awesome. Did you know it's also Community Foundation Week? The Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore is joining more than 700 community foundations across America for this week. More than 700 community foundations nationwide support essential services like healthcare clinics, food banks, domestic violence shelters, libraries, volunteer fire departments. In 2011, did you know, the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore distributed more than $4.4 million to small local nonprofit organizations.
Wow. Almost
$300,000 awarded in scholarships to 215 Lower Shore area students.
That's great. They do such great
job.
work.
So,
yes, let's hear it. We are lucky to have a group like that here on Delmarva. Salisbury University holds on against number 22 Eastern University in 5 games to advance to the quarterfinals of the NCAA playoffs. And we're talking volleyball, as you can see. We've been talking about them for some time. They won the 5th and final game 15-9 in an intense battle, improving to 37-3 on Coach Knight's 16th season.
Wow.
Wow. Knight has experience as a softball coach, going to the World Series, but has never gone to the championship series in volleyball.
How about that?
So
We were
first,
talking just last week about her hitting her 400th victory. So
yeah.
she's into the 400s now.
Ah, wow.
Nice stuff. Can we say a late congratulations?
Sure.
A belated congratulations this afternoon to Sky Dunmeyer of Shields Elementary in Lewis, winning the 2012 Coast Day 5th grade essay contest. Now, if you look closely there, you'll see her in the center, in the front. Sky is standing right in front of Delaware Governor Jack Markell.
Oh, yeah.
Sky wrote the essay in the classroom of her teacher, Amanda Archambault? I'm not sure how to say Amanda's last name.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
it was from the perspective of an imaginary dolphin named Jeffrey about our favorite aquatic places in Delaware. Now, look to the right of the picture and you'll see another kid that placed. That's Malachi McCarty from East Millsboro Elementary, standing right in front of Senator Tom Carper.
Ah,
so a couple good job, guys.
Writing is so important. No matter what kind of job you get, writing is important. So I like to see that happening.
Good stuff for them.
Yeah.
If you're a local, you remember Granville Trimper.
Oh, yeah. Trimper Rides down in
Trimper
Ocean
Rides.
City.
Yes, he was the patriarch of the family Boardwalk Amusement Park. He was former Ocean City Council President, former Worcester County Commissioner. He was a lifetime volunteer firefighter. He died in 2008.
2008,
At the age of 76, I think.
I think it was
like
79.
79. And his son, Doug, gave him a 1931 Model A. That's it right there.
Look at that.
Okay, that's Doug sitting in the front seat. That started Granville's trip of collecting automobiles. And actually, he turned it into a museum, the Trimper's Wheels of Yesterday Antique and Classic Car Museum in West Ocean City. Do you guys remember seeing that going down 50 going into Ocean City? Remember seeing that?
It's on the right there before you get to the bridge.
I hate to say this, it used to be there.
It's not there anymore?
No, they've sold off the cars over the summer, and they sold off the property. It's gone.
Oh, my goodness.
I was one of those that kept saying, I got to go there. And I can't now. Because
because that's your first car, isn't it?
You know? Do you know why I like you so much?
Neither do you.
Nope. Duck season opened up over the weekend in Maryland, opens Saturday in Virginia. The second round of Delaware opens next Monday.
Goose.
The migratory Canada goose season opens next weekend. I've just been waiting for that picture to come up all afternoon.
You just wanted that.
You remember Brian was at the Waterfowl Festival Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
They said they had 18,000 people attend over the weekend, the third highest number in the last 10 years.
Wow. I know it's a well-attended festival every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great time for everybody.
I know my hunters, the hunters in my family, or at least my husband and my oldest son, are sighting the guns today.
Are they?
That's the big prelude for
getting out
and getting my deer.
So the deer hunters?
Yeah.
Deer hunters. Glad you said that, because the deer hunters, they're now on the tail end of the first shotgun season in Delaware. Authorities are expecting more than 13,500 to be harvested throughout the 2-part season. They're thinking at least 6,000 in the first part of the season. They'll find out for sure about that soon.
Yeah, I'm sure there's so many more deer out there.
Yeah.
It seems like you're seeing more and more along the road.
And for those of you who think, how could you go out and shoot Bambi? I would much rather Bambi be shot than me hit Bambi with a car.
Yeah,
I've just
been there, done that, right?
Putting that out there.
Well, this is interesting. You have a smartphone.
I do.
I have a smartphone.
Oh, here it is.
Anybody, who else has a smartphone?
Got a smartphone? Everybody got a smartphone?
Yeah.
A lot of people have smartphones now.
A lot of people. Well, the U.S. consumer smartphone market reached a historical milestone this year of 119 million users, according to ComScore. While Android and Apple duke it out, another study tries to define who smartphone users are based on the phone they choose.
Okay, right.
Yeah, right. The Austin, Texas study talked to 1,001. That's a nice round number there. U.S. consumers in September, just as Apple was rolling out its iPhone 5, and determined that if you have an iPhone, like I do,
like that, okay,
you're probably smart, married, and female.
And female.
Smart, married, and female. Did you get that?
Smart. And married and female.
Yeah, that's me.
Congratulations to Mary Velker of Chestertown on giving birth to, drum roll, quadruplets.
Oh my goodness,
Take
look
a look
at
at
them.
Now, Mary and her husband already have a 3-year-old son, so these births more than double the size of their family.
A 3-year-old and 4 babies.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Hospital says the 4 were born about 8 weeks mature. All are doing well. Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Good stuff.
Glad to hear that.
Just in case you have any extra diapers laying around the house, I think we know where we can send them to.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. In the running this afternoon for the coolest grandfather ever, Bo Lakatos of West Virginia. Take a look at this. Bo built this P40 for his 2 grandsons in Morgantown. Why, you know
I know where
is.
Morgantown is.
Grew up there, right?
I grew up there.
He scaled it from a 20-inch model to that plane with a 17-foot wingspan. Nathaniel is 5, Andrew is 6. The recently retired coal miner dad said he was just, grandfather rather, said he was looking for a project.
Wow,
the
he found
propeller
one.
Spins. How awesome is that?
That is awesome. He is a cool grandfather. He's not the coolest grandfather in Morgantown, but my dad is.
Yours has that title.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, but
Just
that
make
is
sure.
cool.
It's cool.
Up next on Delmarva Life, homeless veterans. It's more common than you may think. How Home of the Brave is helping those who have served our country get back on track. Plus, 3 of the men there share their story with Brian.
And he's part of the greatest generation. At 98 years old, one veteran here on Delmarva shares his story. We'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. And your local York and Mitsubishi dealers.